Welcome everyone to Elkhorn City Elementary, as it will be the Pike County A-Team Tournament volleyball action right here on Appalachian Prep Sports and the G Sports Network, as they're going to pick up and replay this game on WPRG TV5. Hey, super excited about being here tonight. We have Brian Hundley with us, as well as somebody knows a little bit about volleyball. I think Coach of the Year, maybe something like that in the 15th region. Misty Riddle's joining us tonight to help us call this game. So, Brian, I'm excited.
Absolutely. Thomas, we are here at Elkhorn City Elementary, where we've had a lot of success this season, covering all kinds of middle school sports. So tonight we are covering the semifinals of the Pike County Championship of the 2026 season. And we've got four great teams, Misty, that are going to be competing tonight. Let's start with the first two. We're here as we see Pikeville, the Lady Panthers taking on Millard and the Lady Mustangs. So talk a little bit about both these teams, Misty.
I'm really excited to see all four teams tonight, but these two in particular, they have definitely split for their season, and they're always back and forth. Like you said, I have coached a game or two.
Yes.
But back in the day when I was coaching middle school volleyball, it was typically us and Pikeville battling back and forth. So these are very strong programs going to go head-to-head tonight. I'm excited to see how it plays out because there's lots of talent. There's several girls on both teams that play up on the high school teams. There are also several girls that play club volleyball. So they're very invested players, very skilled players, and I really expect it to be a very good game.
Well, great. Misty, and no stranger to you, again, the Millard program, left in good hands, as you know. But again, when you look at this level of volleyball, what are some of the things that you're looking for from these younger girls? Again, we covered a lot of high school volleyball this year, so we know, a lot of that game is played above the net. With these younger girls, not so much. Talk a little bit about what are the things that you really want to see from these young girls to play winning volleyball.
For middle school, elementary volleyball, you definitely want to make sure you got some base skills in there. Communication and movements, big time, and keeping your head in the game. You will see some players in these next two games that get above the net, so I don't want to discredit their ability to hit the ball because they can definitely hit. You're going to see great service games, I think, on all four teams. So middle school is going to come down to who can do serve receive and who can serve the ball. So communication, playing together, and just being consistent, knowing that when you mess up, you got to keep playing and out-battle the other team,
Yes. So, you mentioned the service game particularly. I've seen that in my, again, brief and limited volleyball experience, I've seen that you get a hot server. Yeah. It's like having a hot pitcher or a hot goalie in hockey.
Oh, yeah.
They can really change the game. So talk a little bit about what the service game entails for these two teams.
Yeah, so as they have developed their skills throughout the season, I'm sure coaches have really worked on that overhand serve and the overhand serve to be consistent. We can jump serve all day long, but if you can't get the ball in that box, it don't matter. It might look pretty, but if it's not consistent serving, then it's not really being as productive as you want it to be. But like you said, a hot server, if you can serve with a little bit of power, a little heat on that ball, and be consistent, then you are over time probably breaking down the mentality of the other team, especially if they're not used to accepting that harder serve.
For sure.
So, the serve game can really win games, and that serve has developed over time. Like I said, I've been coaching for a little bit. I don't want to tell my age or anything, by no means, but we'll say more than 15 years.
Yes.
Anyway, in that middle school experience, it started out underhand serving.
Right.
And now you got to C and D teams that are underhand serving, and by the time they get to B team, they are hammering that ball, which is awesome. That's exciting for Eastern Kentucky volleyball. That's exciting for Pike County. So definitely some overhand consistent serving on these four teams, and I think whoever can keep their mental pressure in check and keep a decent serve going might have a chance of winning this tournament.
Good. Well, Misty, you also mentioned receiving and then passing. And again, in volleyball, we know that if you can receive a serve
Mm-hmm.
and then get it to your setter, that unlocks things for you offensively.
Oh, definitely.
So talk a little bit about what that setter does, because for us, we know, based on, again, the high school season that we were able to cover this year, how crucial it is to get your hitters in the right spots, and you can't do that without a good setter.
Yeah. So, in middle school, it's definitely developmental setting, so you'll see them trying to put it probably more so to the left or to the right. Some back row attacks, but it starts with the good receive. So you're going to serve, they're serving the ball. You want a good pass. Hopefully that pass comes around that circle that you see on the half circle. That's where your setters are going to be at primarily, where they're supposed to be if they are trained that way. And then they're going to hopefully find the hot hitter. Or the one that they trust the most to be consistent putting the ball in particular places.
Sure.
And again, this is middle school volleyball. And as we're watching them warm up, I see some hammers out there. So, and that's on both sides. So I'm excited to see what they can do when they have to start receiving the ball.
Well, we covered a lot of high school volleyball this year, and really we saw people that had never watched the game, and all of a sudden they become fans. I'll be honest, I was one of them. When you watch, and I told somebody today, I had a test at the hospital, and I said, a lady said, "You're covering volleyball?" I said, "You've never seen good volleyball then." I said, "You see two good volleyball teams, and it'll match any basketball game you're going to see." I said, so, and these four teams, what we've heard, are the four best. There's a reason they're here, and it's going to be great to see these two games.
Yeah, I really think that, this is going to be a great night of volleyball. I'm excited because, like you said, I transitioned out of middle school into high school, so the game's a little bit faster in high school.
Yeah.
And I've not watched as many middle school games, but, you get to see a great look of remembering how skills are built and how teams match together and how they grow. So that's a cool experience to watch kids as they grow from being small and remembering them at the elementary level to playing in high school,
Right.
And watching their skills grow, even whether it's travel volleyball or it's middle school volleyball or high school volleyball. But, yes, I think the viewing and the support of high school volleyball grew a ton last year, and I would attribute that to you all, actually.
Hey, great.
The
Thank you.
coverage of that, but also, just bringing it to light at all the girls that have invested so much time. And it is a good game. And I personally would probably say it's better than basketball, but, who am I?
Well,
Put my plug in there for it.
I tell you, Misty, the thing that I would say also about volleyball is people didn't realize when you think volleyball, you think backyard volleyball or beach volleyball, for instance, and that's not what this is at all. It is a full contact team sport that you are absolutely invested with your teammates. And again, that's the thing that I love about volleyball is how consistently teams cheer each other on and work together.
Let's take a look at who we anticipate starting lineups before we go to the PA announcer. As you're going to see for Pikeville, right there's their lineups, Brian.
And so we've got again, these are.
It's Emily Gollahue, I think.
Yes, that's right.
Paris Dameron, Lexi Wells, Danica Martin, Caroline Varney, Mila LeQuire, and
Caroline Salyers.
Caroline Salyers.
That's it.
And now let's jump over quickly and let's look at our friends from Millard. Here's who we anticipate them to start. It'll be Jana Conway,
yes.
Jasmine Coleman,
Bella Belcher, Aubrey Tibbs, Nevaeh Bartley, and Allie Sparks. And then also Hannah Bevins for the Millard Mustangs. And so we as a broadcast team, we're really excited about seeing again all these girls compete, but we're really focused right now on Pikeville and Millard. So
that's right.
again, tell us a little bit about how these games start right here, Misty. Again, just for a little background knowledge, who serves first? How is that determined?
Well, the ref calls them over, so they have the coaches player meeting, and a coin toss will decide that. So typically in home games or, just regular season games, you have a home and away team. At tournaments, it's determined by where they're placed at on the bracket. So there is still a home and an away team. And, of course, the away team will get to call it. And if they win the coin toss, they get to pick serve or receive. Most teams pick serve. Some I have known to pick
Right.
receive. So it's according to what the mindset of the coach and the team is, really. Do you want to be the first one to get to try to receive and set the ball and kill it? Or do you want to keep that serve and put the pressure on the other team?
Sure.
Me personally, I pick serve.
Right. So, Misty, also, we know in the high school game, 25, and it's to 5 sets. It's a little different in middle school.
Middle
Talk a
school
little bit about
is
that.
2 out of 3, best of 21.
All right.
And we had Hannah Bevins just had a serve, and into the net it went. So Pikeville scores a point, and it's 1-0.
All right. And so we are on our way.
Number 12, Carolyn Varney, just served.
And that serve was out, so a couple of service errors again.
Yep.
You're going to see that a little bit more in the middle school game than what you do in the high school game.
Well, and some of that's contributing to nerves. So that was your first 2 serves. Allie Sparks just served, and it went in. We had a great pass set and a hit. Hannah Bevins just took the pass. Bella Belcher set it up and passed it over by Allie Sparks.
Over to Lexi Wells. Barney with the set.
Allie Sparks with the pass. There goes Bella Belcher, and then it's going to be passed back over the net. So we're seeing a little bit of passing back and forth. I call that a ping pong game, but that was a hit. That was good.
Yep.
Allie Sparks just picked that up, and Bella Belcher with a set
Yep.
backwards over the net.
So Mila LaQuire was able to get that back over.
Oh, there we go with Bella Belcher. The pass was a little close to the net, so she hammered that over. And out. So Millard will take that point. And that was a lot of good back and forth play, actually.
And again, those 50-50 balls is what we call them a lot of times. It just kind of depends on who can control those.
Yeah. Allie Sparks with her second serve. And I think there was a little bit of a communication error on Pikeville's side there. And they got a good pass out of it, but we didn't see who was going to get that next ball, so they did let it drop there.
Sure. So 3-1, Millard in control so far.
And Allie with another consistent serve over, in, and scoring the point.
And again, as a high school coach, that's the type of serve that you want to see out of your 8th grader.
Right over that net, consistent flow, and with some power to it. So again, that serve by Allie Sparks. We have 5-1 and went to Lexi Wells. And that was a little bit of a hard serve, but I bet she's going to get this next one. She won't let that happen twice.
Yeah, well, that looked a little deep, and I think there was a little communication error.
Definitely. And that's why we have teammates, too, because we want them to tell the other person, is that ball in or is it out?
All right, so
Some
that
good
was a
passing
free
and
ball.
setting here. Again, pass. Set with the pass, and then pushing on over. And I think she thought she was going to be able to hammer that one home, but into the net it went.
All right, so that was their middle hitter right there. That was
Bella
Belcher. So 5-2 now your score.
Is that Carolyn there serving?
Caroline.
Sorry. And Jasmine Coleman with the hit for Millard.
Good dig right there.
And here we have Lexi Wells. She went for that toss right over the net. Smooth sailing there. And Allie Sparks with a hit, but they received it very well. And pass into the net. Score Millard 6-2. And Jana Conaway going behind the line for the serve.
All right, so talk a little bit, too, about how important it is to set those servers in a consistent order. What's your thought process as a coach for that?
So definitely, as a coach, you want to be looking at who your consistent servers are. The first one, you're looking at mentality because there's a lot of pressure there. As we've seen, first 2 serves missed on both teams. But I bet normally they're pretty consistent.
Yeah. So right now we're going to take a break. You've been watching on APSN and the G Sports Network.
In life's hardest moments, you deserve comfort and care. At Hall & Jones Funeral Home, we guide you with compassion, honoring your loved one with dignity and respect. From traditional services to meaningful celebrations, we're here for you every step of the way. Hall & Jones Funeral Home, where every goodbye is...
Welcome back to Elkhorn City, where we are back to the action. Right there, we've got Pikeville going ahead and going with their serve. Danica Martin serving for the Panthers.
Ball is up, and it is a good serve. Pass by Allie Sparks. And as it went over the net, Pikeville just got a good play at the net. It was coming over, and she tipped, and down to the floor it went, so point Pikeville.
That was number 6 for the Panthers. That was Mia Mullins. No, that's not Mia Mullins.
Oh, serve was up.
8, I'm sorry.
And into the net by number 11 on Pikeville.
Emily Gollahue.
Millard now has a serve, and Bella Belcher is behind the line.
We're trying to get back in volleyball form here.
We're struggling a little bit.
It is a lot of fast play back and forth. Jasmine Coleman with the hit, but Pikeville did receive that very well. Out of the net, Hannah Bevins, and over Allie Sparks.
That was a nice play right there.
It was. It's very awesome to see. And even Lexi Wells just dug the ball in the net, but nobody was there to really put it back over. That's an awesome skill to have when you can play the ball out of the net, because it's going to happen. You know, 100%. When you have a pass, it's going to happen coming into the net. Bella Belcher with another serve. She had some heat on that serve for sure. Pikeville received it well, though, and over the ball went. Hannah Bevins sets it up, and Jasmine pushes it over. Lexi gets that push and hits. That was nice hit by Lexi Wells.
Good
and scores the point.
Right there. So, again, we're seeing really good, really fast-paced action.
Yes.
This is what we hope for.
This is definitely
seeing
exciting
2 great
volleyball.
teams.
Yes.
Great timeout by Pikeville.
Oh, it really was, because it did exactly what it needed to do. That server went behind the line, and what did she do? She served it into the net. So you broke her momentum. You broke that team's focus, which is what timeouts are supposed to do. Gather your own team, break the momentum of the other one, score the point. Jasmine Coleman with the hit, but what an awesome dig. Yes, that was an awesome dig. And there it goes back over. Set by Hannah Bevins, pushed by Jasmine. Again, number 9 on Pikeville.
Mila McQuire setting to Lexi Wells, she gets the kill right there.
She sure did. She's got that line shot worked out there, and it's working out for her very well. Lexi's pretty tall, so she can put the ball pretty much where she wants to. Pikeville with the serve, and Millard has an attempt at the pass. I think there was a little communication error there, but off it went and over into the stands. Score is 7-9. And we have Pikeville with the serve. Oh, I think she thought it was out, and she didn't go for it, but the ball was in.
Looks like an ace, first ace of the match for the Panthers. And again, we're seeing a little bit of a hot serve right here from Paris Dameron.
So now, what does middle school play to?
They play to 21. So we're almost halfway there. Jasmine Coleman with a good hit, but their libero really dug that one out. And passing over. Here we go. Hannah with a set, and Jasmine with another attempt to kill. And here goes Lexi Wells. It was a great swing. She was a little far off and had to twist up out of it, but she had a great swing on it. Unfortunately, it did go into the net.
And talk a little bit about how important that set is right there to get it close to the net.
It is. You know, if you really want to kill a ball, you have to put the ball on the net so that your hitter can really get up and get a good snap on the ball to put it down. You do have great players like Lexi you seen there. She was trying to hit that ball from the 10-foot line. She was doing a good job. It just so happened it didn't go over. But a lot of our middle school girls do hit from that 10-foot line. That's a common thing. Jasmine Coleman with the serve for Millard. Great serve, but it was received very well from Pikeville. And over the ball goes. We have Aubrey Tibbs that took the pass. Allie Sparks with the push. Lexi received that, and Lexi's going for the hit. And it hit the pole. It was a good hit, but she was trying to get that line shot, and sometimes that's tricky on that pole.
Talk a little bit about what those poles represent, because that's a little different.
It is. Those antennas line up with the court, so it is an out. You know, it indicates where the line is on the court that the ball would be out. So if you touch the pole with the ball,
then hit it outside it as well.
Yeah, or you hit it on the outside, then it is considered out, and the point will be rewarded to the other team. So Pikeville just hit the ball or tipped the ball, and it went out. So we have Jasmine Coleman back to serve for Millard. And it was received very well. This time more so with the set than a pass. Allie Sparks with a push. And they were there, really great spot to be there for that tip. Right behind the blocker. You definitely want to have coverage there. Hannah with a set. Allie with a swing.
Good
and
dig
yes,
right
great
there.
dig. They're going to set it up on Pikeville side as well. We're going to get a swing. And there it is. The Hannah was there. Great. Man, they are both sides are really working the game right now. So that's awesome to see. We're seeing 3 hits. We're seeing consistent movement. And both teams really working hard to keep that ball in the air or keep it going to the other side to get their team the point. Here goes Lexi Wells with a hit. Great hit, but a great dig. Again, great middle school volleyball. I'll tell you, it's exciting to see as a high school coach.
I can promise you, we've seen quite a few volleyball games, and we've seen some that are not anywhere close to this.
Sometimes it's ping pong, right? Sometimes
Yes.
it's ping pong. But this is awesome to see as they're going into high school. You got lots of 8th graders on the court here, and I would say they're ready for high school. Oh, we had a serve and it went out.
And again, that's the thing that you're looking for is who can be most consistent, because as you get older, the players get more consistent.
Oh, yes, definitely. And a lot of it's body control, your muscles, really understanding that if you move your shoulders a certain way, that ball's going to go there. Lexi Wells with an awesome serve.
And again, Lexi played some on, I know she played on JV, and I think she did get a few swings on the varsity level as well.
I hate to say anything at all, but Lexi Wells was actually one of my former players. I do
there
love
you
her
go.
dearly, and she makes me very proud. She played with this team, so I'm sure there's a lot of nerves on both sides, but a lot of great skills. So timeout, and I'm sure that was Millard trying to do the same thing that Pikeville did a few minutes ago, which is break the momentum.
Well, speaking of breaking momentum, we're going to take a break ourselves.
Okay.
You're listening and watching at APSN and WPRG.
Willie Crace is proud to support all area teams this season and our student athletes in Floyd and Pike counties. Vote Willie Crace for state representative, a voice we can count on for the mountains.
Welcome back to Elkhorn City, where we are here with the guru, Misty Riddle.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, I'll tell you what, me and Thomas, we feel so blessed to have such a great volleyball mind be with us. And again, we were talking during the break just about how much knowledge you have, and so we're thankful that you're with us tonight.
I'm excited to be here, and honestly, being on this side of a volleyball game is definitely rewarding too. It's exciting to see the play. We talked about how this game looks so much like a high school game. I'm so proud of all these middle schoolers who are developing skills. I mean, that's a great pass, a great set, and a great hit. And then over here on Pikeville side, you're seeing them receive the hit, and another hit comes away. So what great communication and hustle on both sides. They're really fighting for it. So 12-14 is a daggone good game,
Well, that tells me that both these teams are super competitive and that they've been working hard all season, and this is a culmination of all that hard work.
Yes, number 10, Lexi Wells with another great serve. Here we have Millard. They received it well. Can they get anything going? And they did. Here's a push, and into the net it goes. So point Millard, and we have Aubrey Tibbs behind the line to serve.
Sometimes they get caught a little too far off the net.
They do. So it was great. I mean, pass, set, and we've seen a swing on the ball. It is hard when you're at that 10-foot line to take a swing and make it productive. Lexi Wells receiving the ball, and over to Millard's side.
And again, even though that's a free ball, that's a really good play.
Oh, yeah, it is, especially for middle school. Here's a swing. What a great swing that was. Hannah Bevins with a set, and Allie Sparks is going to take her swing at it. Lexi Wells receives the ball very well. And number 9 for Pikeville passes it up, and on over we go. Again, we get another attempt.
I think that's Perry
Right in the
Stamina,
net.
and
Somebody went into the net.
Yeah, I believe that was 42 Allie Sparks for Millard that was into the – well,
No, I think Allie used her
correction.
fist to put it over, and somebody on Pikeville's side, but
Must
I
have
didn't
been
see
number
who it
9,
was.
Perry Stamina.
Okay. Aubrey Tibbs with another serve, and Lexi Wells with the receive. And here we have a tip from number 12 on
That's
Pikeville's side,
Barney.
Caroline Barney. And a setup, and who's going to take that one? Past the libero. The liberos in that blue jersey, I don't know if we mentioned how important liberos are.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
And those liberos, they are supposed to be, ideally, maybe one of the most consistent passers on your floor. So they get to replace a player in the starting lineup, and they play back row only. So they get to pretty much stay in the game almost the entire time, which is an awesome thing for your team, especially if that's your most consistent server. And it could be that they're a great leader, too. In high school, there's a lot of communication that comes from a libero, so they're very important to have.
Well, you had a great libero.
Yes. Micaiah Price really is a voice for my team, on the high school team especially. She helps tell hitters where they need to go, and that's what a good lib does. And here we had that lib take the first pass, and number 12, Carolyn, putting it over. And we have Bella Belcher with the set, and Allie Sparks with a swing and a kill.
And, you see that from an 8th grader. And you kind of, your eyes get big as a coach, I'm sure, and you go, what can she become?
Oh, yeah. You can see Allie Sparks has some great skill. She has the approach down, and she definitely has an arm on her to swing. Hannah Bevins with the serve, and that serve did not quite go over the net. So Pike pull up to serve, and I think that is Carolyn Barney serving.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It was a great serve right there. Bella Belcher with the set, and Hannah Perkins with a swing, but it did go out.
Tried to paint that back corner.
She did. She tried the line shot that we seen Lexi Wells doing there a few minutes ago. It would have been a great spot if she had gotten it there. So it was a great idea. We have a pass, another pass, and they're going to put it over the net. And here Pikeville has received that. They're going to try to set it up. And let's see. Nope, push over the net, which is great. Jasmine Coleman with the pass. Bella Belcher with the trick dump there. She was trying to get across. And we see a tip. Oh, received by Hannah Perkins. And push on over. The lib there. Did y'all see how pretty that pass was she took? We had a swing attempt. So they did pass it, set it, and they did have a swing attempt. I thought it was going to roll on over, but it actually did not, which means Millard does get that serve. We are at 20-15. The game just goes to 21. Allie Sparks with a serve. Lexi Wells takes a great pass.
There.
And let's see. Hannah took the swing, but Pikeville does receive that, and a pass over the net. Allie Sparks with the pass. Bella Belcher with that trick.
Great shot right there.
Yes. That was what I was going to say. Lexi was following it to the line. That was a tricky one because it could have been out, but the line judge did call it in, so Millard did get that point.
Right. And so we are at the conclusion of the first set. We're going to take a break here on APSN and WPRG Sports.
In Eastern Kentucky, your smile deserves complete care. At Elkhorn Dental, Dr. James Justice and his team provide complete family and cosmetic dentistry all under one roof. From braces and clear aligners to implants, crowns, and bridges, we help you smile with confidence. Need dentures or a snap-on smile? Our experienced hygienists and caring staff are here for you. Elkhorn Dental. Complete care. Beautiful smiles.
Ready to start a real career? At the Carl D. Perkins Job Corps Center, we're training tomorrow's workforce tuition-free. Get paid while you learn and earn industry-recognized certifications. Live on campus, meet new people, and prepare for the career you've been waiting for. If you're 16 to 24 and ready for the opportunity, this is your moment. Carl D. Perkins Job Corps Center. Start training. Start earning. Start your future today.
All right, welcome back. We are here at Elkhorn City where we are in the second set. Millard took the first set 21-15. Misty, talk a little bit about what you saw from the Millard Mustangs and who really showed out in that first set.
Oh, it's hard to say in a volleyball team and a volleyball game who really shows out. You know, I think everybody had a part to play in that game. Of course, big swings from Allie Sparks and Jasmine Coleman really helps. But we had some big-time serves, lots of great digs, and that was honestly on both sides, but it did help Millard bring it home. And then there, that last play by Bella Belcher where she took that second ball and she pushed it on over, pushed it to the backcourt, which made it very hard for Pikeville to decide whether or not to take the ball, but also to get it back to the front.
Yeah. Well, we're back in action here, and Millard got the first point. Pikeville received that serve from Millard just now. Millard and Pikeville going consistently like they did before.
Yep.
Again, maybe a little bit of an adjustment we see right there from the Panthers. Again, I thought in the first set there were some backline situations where there were some balls that looked a little long. So, again, maybe that's some coaching up.
Yeah, hopefully in between the two games, the coach said, hey, we got to have some communication out there.
Yeah.
She's got to know whether to take that ball or not, because if she's backing up trying to watch the ball, she can't watch the line.
That's right. You know, talk a little bit about what your adjustments would be in between sets. What would that look like, Coach?
For Pikeville, I would say, girls, we got to get ourselves under control. We've got to make smart plays and definitely hit the ball at Millard. They're receiving well. Be consistent with communication, because we're taking some balls into the backcourt that might have been going out. So communicate and cover for each other. And whatever you do, never stop playing. Don't get agitated. Keep playing. Make your smart plays and be consistent.
That's good. Thank you for taking us in the huddle right there. And, you know, again, we have seen just play after play of really solid action right here. And these volleys have been impressive.
Yes. A lot of times in middle school games, you might see teams do, like I said, that ping pong game where it's ball for ball, back and forth. But you're seeing them really take 3 attempts at the ball. So you ideally want to see a pass, a set, and a hit. But at least we're seeing 3 touches on the ball before it goes back over.
And we're looking right here at Allie Sparks for Millard. And again, out of all of the players on Millard, she's the one that I would say that had the most consistent kills.
Yes.
And kind of led them a little bit.
Yes.
Led the Mustangs.
Yeah. So, you know, Allie's been playing this game for quite some time, probably 2nd or 3rd grade, I believe. And she is very good at being consistent with that hit. She has her form down really well with the approach. You've seen her serve there. Her serve looks great. She's had a lot of experience and a lot of years to help bring that to the floor.
That's
and
good.
I think that helps lead her team.
Talk about how important the setter is. You know, and we joke and we talk to the big hitters, the Kylie Kenners, the Miley Riddles, and those. And the first person they think is the setters.
Yes.
You know?
Well, you know, obviously you cannot hit the ball without a setter. So, you know, sometimes you can have like the libero or somebody pass you the ball and it be set up right there at the net. But if you have a great hitter-setter connection, then you're really going to be able to get the ball where it needs to be for that hitter to attack in the right spot and put the ball on the ground.
Well, you know, we're blessed in the 59th. You've got a great one.
Oh, yeah.
And I always say her name wrong and she gets mad at me. Talon?
Yeah, we call her Tay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
maybe I'm going to start calling her Tay.
Yeah, it's easier to say that way because it's spelled a little bit different. So we always aggravate it. I used to, you know, me and Tay have been together for a long time. She's actually down there on the line. That's our high school setter down there being a line judge. So it's really cool to see.
You know,
see kids that get to use it for a job. So she's making her some money down there with the game she loves.
And then you go to Pikeville. They've got Lindy Gearhart, another
Gearhart's
great one.
Very experienced setter.
All right, and so we've got a timeout. Why don't we just keep it right here, Thomas? The conversation's going good. We just got a comment from Aaron Akers. Coach Riddle, I think this commentary thing needs to happen more often.
Oh, well, thank you.
And so I agree. You know, part of our mission at Appalachian Prep, and Thomas, you can amen me on this, is to spotlight not just the consistent shown sports like basketball and football. We want to highlight all of our student athletes, and so that was one of our platforms when we came on, and again, getting to be with your volleyball team this year, that was such a special run that you guys had.
We've got track coming up.
Yes.
We're going to do a tennis game. I've never done a tennis match in my life.
Yeah.
So we're doing that. We've got softball. We got softball scheduled Thursday if the weather holds out.
And you know, for me and Thomas, both of us are golfers, so our dream is to figure out how to make
golf tournament.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to find out.
And Pikeville with the serve, number 11.
Yeah, that's Danica Martin. She was the one who kind of got them going right there. So, again, breaking momentum right there.
Yep,
Talk a little bit about what happened right there, Coach.
So I would say she got on a little bit of a run there. We see the score is 6-4, and maybe that's not the way Millard, really seen that happening there. So they needed to regather their thoughts, get your team back together, and then Pikeville, of course, their conversation probably was, let's keep it going, girls. You're doing great.
And
But,
again, right there, that's a good example of
communication.
Of a young girl not having quite the experience to be able to say, hey, mine, or not you.
Yeah. And we have Hannah Perkins, number 36, with the serve. Pikeville received that well, and a big swing there. It was received, but it goes down to the ground, and Pikeville with the point.
That was Paris Damon with the kill.
That was a great swing, and obviously effective, right? So did its job.
And she comes up, and she's going to be serving for the Panthers.
And that serve into the net. She might have been leaning a little bit forward there. It is easy to get off track. If that toss is not in the right spot, they're going to be reaching for the ball. The serve tends to go into the net that
Absolutely.
way. It's about understanding that body again. Bella Belcher with the serve. Ooh, it snibbed that net. That makes for a good serve and a hard one to receive, but Pikeville did very well. We have a set and a push by Jasmine Coleman. Pikeville receives it well. The lib setting with her hands. That was pretty. And a swing. And, into the net, and down it goes. Point Pikeville.
All right, Lexi Wells coming in to serve for the Lady Panthers. Again, this is territory that she's familiar with.
Lexi has always had a really great serve. You've seen the power on that. It just barely missed going over the net. Snibbed the tap, that tape at the top. That tends to be a little tricky for us.
Yeah, talk a little bit about how that tape can play a role.
It definitely can, because you're aiming a lot for that tape, because you want definitely to be above it, but a good serve, a good strong serve is right just above that tape, and it tends, if you have enough power, if it snibs it, it'll roll over.
Yeah, and so that's in play,
it's
right?
in play, and you can get a lot of points that way, honestly. You don't always want it to do that by no means, but it can benefit your team to be able to clip that top of the tape. And we see at this moment, Pikeville definitely has the momentum. Score is 10-7.
Rodney Fuller says Caroline Fuller was a great setter.
Caroline Fuller was a great setter. She actually played a little bit with Miley, and her 8th grade year she played at Millard. They brought home the county championship that year, and she had a big part of that, that's for sure. Allie Sparks with a swing, but Pikeville digs that up. Hannah Bevins tips it on over, and we see a tip from Pikeville as well. That tip can be very effective too, guys.
Yeah, that was something that I think Miley, your daughter, is the way that she varies her hits at the net is really impressive.
Yeah.
And I know it's something that you work on in practice all the time.
We do work on that. Miley, I will have to say, Miley does a great job on her own. She would never give me any credit for anything she does. Let's not go there. But, no, she has studied the game and played a lot. And a lot of people have contributed to Miley's skills, to be honest. I wish I could take all the credit, but I can't. She puts in a lot of hard work, and a lot of people have really invested into her and helped her develop over time. But she's good at seeing the floor. Sometimes a player just has to be able to see that floor and get it where they're not. That's what you all always said on your commentary.
Yes.
Get it where they're not. When I go back to watch it, I was like, yep, that's right, guys. We've seen Millard hit it over, but Pikeville might have had another communication error there.
116 people watching.
Well, that's awesome.
Middle school volleyball here in Pike County tells you exactly what's going on.
The excitement. That's right.
It is exciting. They're doing such a great job getting that ball back and forth over the net. This is a close game, 10-10.
Hey, 2 really great sets, and we've got a timeout on the floor. We're going to take a quick one as well. You've been watching APSN and WPRG G Sports.
Ready to take your ride to the next level? Trust the pros at J.I. Fab in Pikeville for custom ATV and UTV protection products built tough for the trail. From roll cages and rock sliders to bumpers that can take a beating, J.I. Fab builds it strong and built it right. Locally owned, professionally crafted. Call 639-2029 or visit ji-fab.com to get your ride trail ready. J.I. Fab. Custom Protection, Pikeville Tough.
I'm Cliff Smallwood, and I'm running for magistrate, Pike County District 3. Some of you may know me from my 19 years driving a school bus. I may have hauled you or your children on my bus. You may have even seen me in the stand supporting the kids for many years. I'd be honored to have your vote and your support.
Welcome back to Elkhorn City. Millard with the serve as Pikeville receives.
And they're going to take a swing at it. That swing was pretty effective. Let's see if she's going to chase it down. It's a good hustle, but she didn't quite get there.
All right. You know, one thing we always do like to do, if you're watching at home, hey, let us know who you're rooting for. Let us know a player or a team that you're cheering for tonight, and we'll do our best to try to include you into our commentary. All right. Right now we've got
we say it all the time. Players go back and watch. They love seeing their name out there. If you're rooting for somebody, put your name at who your favorite player is.
Number 11 with the swing. Jasmine Coleman takes that ball, and we have a swing for Millard as well. Lib tries to get it to their outside hitter. They do. A swing, a pass, and we're going to have a swing for Millard. Allie Sparks with that one. Oh, and into the net. Pikeville's Lib, she sure is all over the place too, taking a lot of those hard hits.
Yes.
So props to her for trying to get there and take that hit.
And again, we had a sixth grader in right there, Polly Childers, serving for the Panthers. That goes to show you, I mean, it could be anywhere from a sixth grader to an eighth grader playing this evening. So, again, gotta love seeing these young girls get an opportunity.
Pikeville with the serve here. It's up and it's in. Received by Millard's Lib, and that's Nevaeh. And set to hit, which is Allie Sparks. And Lexi Wells with the hit. Hannah Bevins with the receive. Communication error you see there.
Oh, that's what we talk about. Sometimes you think somebody's going to get it. You got to talk.
Right.
Be the one.
Talk a little bit about the importance of being a good communicator, but also being aggressive, too.
Yes, I always tell all of my players, I don't care who gets the ball. Somebody better call it. You know?
There you go.
There's 6 of you out there. Surely to goodness, somebody can get to the ball. Somebody wants to play the game, right? So if you want to play the game, yes, everybody has their roles, of course. You know, we want the back row to be passing the ball. But sometimes, you know, they get a little timid and they don't want to take balls from other people.
Sure.
I say constantly, I have such a great group of girls. Sometimes they don't want to take each other's balls. That was a great back row hit.
Absolutely. I was thinking the exact same thing right there. And that is that's the next level kind of play right there, and that goes to show you the trust that the Millard coach has in Allie Sparks right there.
Yes.
All right.
Pikeville's on a little bit of a run here. We have 15-12. That was a great serve.
All right, Danica Martin again serving. She's the one who's had the success for the Lady Panthers so far serving.
Brenda Hughes says, cheering on my favorite, number 16, Mila LaQuire.
Yep, Mila LaQuire.
Mila, okay.
Ball's over. We have a set, and she's going to roll the ball. That's kind of what they do when they roll their hands over the ball. They go up with one hand, but maybe it's not the right spot, so they can't take a full swing, so they roll it on over, which is a great option.
It's great to see. We got Let's Go Millard. Let's Go Pikeville. Come on, Panthers. Tell us, who's cheering on more? Is it Pikeville or is it Millard? Let's go.
That could be a hard one. They both got a good following.
I'm telling you.
Both of these schools, and again, I think it goes back a few years, Misty, to somebody starting a program at Millard. I don't know anybody who did that. Do you?
Well, you know, I might have been around the black and gold quite a bit. It's awesome to see when you come to these games, all the kids, and again, I don't want to tell my age by no means, but, you know, like coaches or players that I formerly had.
Right.
I mean, how awesome is that? As a coach, that's all you ever want is to invest in players and them to turn around and give it back to their community, to a group of kids. If you can develop the love for the game and be an impactful person in their life so that they can reciprocate that to somebody else, that's really what coaching's about for me and for most coaches.
And loving a sport enough to share it with the next generation is a big deal.
Yeah.
I love watching these two coaches. They are so intense. Watch them. every possession. You can see them at the top of the screen. They are in this game.
Oh, yes.
So we do you that way too, by the way.
That's great. I'm sure I provide a lot of entertainment when I'm over there on the line. And I don't know, most people probably know this, but my ADHD makes me go crazy over there. So
what a great touch right there too by I believe it's number 8 for the Panthers.
Yeah, well that's
Emily
back to
Gollahue.
that tip.
Yeah,
that was back to that tip that we were talking about. It can be so effective because you're putting it in places that there's an empty spot. So
and there's Cynthia Compton really, really coaching them up over there at the Pikeville sideline. We're going to go over to the Millard coach. I know you have a relationship with her. Talk a little bit about her.
That is Kirsten. She is a Head Start teacher at Millard, but she is putting back in that team. She was on actually the first ever Millard championship team.
How about that?
I mean, it's awesome. And she's really telling those girls, get it back together. I mean, honestly, 4 points is nothing in a game of volleyball. Momentum changes, play changes, and I'm sure Cynthia was saying, girls, you got it going on right now. Let's keep this momentum.
That's right.
You know, so both sides, I'm sure they were really giving the girls some good advice. A lot of it with the head game, you know. I think both of them have the skills. It's who's going to keep it together and fight for it.
18-14 your score right now as Paris Dameron serves for the Lady Panthers. Great serve right there.
That was a great serve. Hannah Bevins received that very well, and we're going to pass it on over. Lib is setting it up, and a swing from Lexi Wells. But it didn't quite go over. I thought we might have had a block, but ref is calling it for a hit, so that means the ball touched the tape.
To me, it looked like Bella got her hand on that ball.
Yeah.
But again,
we're not on that stand.
We always, Thomas always says, we have not quite as close a view as
that's it. Yes. Look here, don't count them out. Here comes Millard rattling back.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this about Bella Belcher: she has a lot of power, and when she gets in a groove, she is a hard one to stop on that serve. But Pikeville has been receiving very well. So, you know, I think this is a great example of serve-receive game. And look at there.
Wow, I mean, Caroline Salyers with a great dig right there on that serve.
Yes. And we're going to see Lexi Wells. Oh, she went for the tip, which is great. Hannah Bevins back tips it. And Lexi's getting set up again for the swing. What a great swing. But Bella Belcher does take that ball. Hannah Bevins sets it up. And we see Aubrey Tibbs with the swing, and it didn't quite go over.
But I tell you, compared to what this was probably 10 years ago in our area, you've got a swell with pride, Coach.
Oh yes, I mean I've watched this game change. You know, again, I won't tell my age, but when volleyball first started, I might have been in high school, and at that point in time, you had to be serving to get the point.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Games would last forever, wouldn't it?
Yes, it was forever. So we have game point right here, Lexi Wells with that serve, and she got it.
And there we go. So this is all you can hope for in a semifinal in the Pike County volleyball tournament. We've got 1-1. We're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we're going to be ready to go for set 3. You're watching APSN Sports and WPRG.
In life's hardest moments, you deserve comfort and care. At Hall and Jones Funeral Home, we guide you with compassion, honoring your loved one with dignity and respect. From traditional services to meaningful celebrations, we're here for you every step of the way. Hall and Jones Funeral Home, where every goodbye is filled with love.
Back pain, stiff neck, or everyday aches that keep you from living the life you love. At Hall Chiropractic, we provide gentle, personalized care to help you move better, feel better, and live better. Whether it's pain relief, better mobility, or overall wellness, our team is here for you. Don't wait. Call Hall Chiropractic today and get back to what matters most. Hall Chiropractic, your health, your life, aligned. When you build a home, you're building more than walls. You're building a foundation for your future. At Solid Rock Development, strength, craftsmanship, and honesty are at the heart of every project. From the first blueprint to the final nail, we build homes meant to last. Homes built on solid ground. Solid Rock Development. Strong foundations. Stronger futures.
Willie Crace is proud to support all area teams this season and our student athletes in Floyd and Pike counties. Vote Willie Crace for state representative. A voice we can count on for the mountains.
Welcome back to Elkhorn City, where we are ready for third set action. And again, Misty, what more can we ask for in a volleyball semifinal where both of these teams have played great all season long, and now they're fighting for their life? What more could you ask for?
It has been a lot of pass, set, and hit, and good serves. We've seen a great serve, and you see Lexi Wells diving for that ball. Bella Belcher set it up, and we have a pass over the net. Gameplay is going, and they both are fighting for their life because they want the win. Ooh, that was a close one, but it was in. Great hit.
What a great swing right there by Caroline Salyers.
And, really she landed it exactly where you want it. The passer on Millard's side thought, well, that ball's going out. But what did it do? Landed right on that line, right in front of the line judge, and it's in, and they get the point.
All right, Caroline Varney up to serve for Pikeville.
Serves, and it's in. We have a pass, and we're going to have a tip over the net. Miller's going to take their attempt at it. A swing, and it's over. Lexi dug that ball out. We had a tip from Pikeville, and it lands right where they wanted it, in the empty spot on the floor.
I tell you, I was thinking it wasn't going to be an above the net match, but it has been
yeah,
anything.
I think you underrated that a little bit. Pikeville with the serve. Hannah took the pass. We see Allie Sparks having to take a pass over. Lexi did play that backcourt very well and got that pass up to her setter.
Looks like we had a
it went outside. It went outside that antenna.
Wow.
That's what the ref just called. I didn't see that one, but she was watching it, and Millard takes that point. Allie Sparks back to serve.
All right.
Good little serve. Liv stepped to the side there, and off her arms it went. Sometimes with those powerful serves, if you try to take a dip with your passing arms, which is a great thing to do, that's a higher level passing for sure, it can go right off of you and don't always get the best pass. Lexi took a good pass at that one, and we have a swing from Pikeville, number 9.
That's Paris, yeah.
And let's see if they're going to get it over, and they do. And it actually went inside the antenna. I was questioning that one too. They're both eagerly trying to get that ball. Another great tip. Pikeville's found their tip game, boys.
Yeah, I tell you what, that was impressive right there at the net.
And Danica Martin, number 11, has really come alive in these past two sets. She's kind of been a little bit of a catalyst for Pikeville.
She's doing a good job. Serve, and we got a pass.
Oh, such a strong serve right there by Caroline.
It really was. And she was that pass was trying to get up to that net so Lexi could take a swing at it, but it dropped just a little bit low, so it went into the net. But it was a good attempt, and I see where she was going with that. So great job, and the idea was there for sure. Millard with the serve, and that is Hannah Perkins serving the ball. Lexi Wells takes that pass over the net. Let's see what these Millard girls are going to do with it. Back row attack. Allie Sparks. And they're going to get that ball over too.
You know, that was better communication right there on that one.
Allie Sparks with another back row hit. I'm telling you, the back row attack has become much more popular. Even if anybody was watching the college games this year, UK attacked the ball quite a bit for the back
we know
court.
that in the high school game it was very popular with the Shelby Valley Lady Wildcats.
Miley Riddle might have used that quite a bit, actually. Lexi Wells with a swing, a good attempt, but it did click the top of that net and rolled right on their side.
All right, 5-3, and we always try to get an idea of is this getting to be a little bit of a danger zone right here for the Pikeville Panthers?
Not quite yet. They got plenty of time. You hate to, now that one right there would have been a miscommunication. But, the game, 21 is still a long way from 6.
There you go.
Yeah, so
there
they
you
got
go.
time. I wouldn't rule anybody out by no means.
Sure.
3 points is not that big of a deal in a volleyball game when you can get some momentum and get in the groove, score some points, rattle them off. This server, she's been able to get it over and get some points for sure. there she is with a pass, and let's see if we get that pass over, and they do. Lexi Wells passes it up. She wants her attempt at the swing. She swings.
Just a little low on that.
Well, and she had to go inside the court for the ball, so if you
Sure.
seen her swing, she swung across her shoulder.
So, again, we've got a little bit of a hot server for Millard right now. Let's see what the Pikeville Panthers can do to try to negate that.
Jasmine with the pushover, and we're going to get another swing. Oh, that's the tip that he's talking about.
That's
that
it.
tip. You know, Lexi went for the swing a couple times, and that number 11 you were talking about.
Danica Martin,
Danica.
yes.
That was a great tip, and it stopped Millard's run there, so now she's back to serve.
I was trying to zoom in on the I don't know what they're called. I
Oh.
call them fat heads over there, cut out.
Hey, let's go ahead and get a good view of that real quick, Thomas. We're taking a look at them.
They're ready.
Coach is got some fire about her too.
She's
So
giving it all she has, too. These coaches definitely, they're invested, you know.
Oh yeah.
They're trying to give their team all their energy to keep them playing and keep them going strong. You're seeing a lot of good
100%.
play.
Good tip right there by the Mustangs. Mila LaQuire, the libero.
Let's see what
goes
they
ahead.
choose to do here. And a swing. But they receive it
Good
well.
dig.
Yes. And we're going to see if we're going to get another swing. And we do, and it was in.
Ooh, that was a
Jasmine
great.
Coleman.
That was.
She's another girl that is on the radar for some awesome swings. I'll just tell you, she has developed quite a bit in her years of play and definitely scores a lot of points on that swing.
You know, something we talk about in the high school game as well is how topspin plays a role in those swings. Talk a little bit about why you want to get topspin on your kills there, Missy.
Well, you know, when you have a top spinner, when you put I love floater serves or top spin serves because when they hit the platform of the arms, they're hard to control.
Absolutely.
You know, they've got a little bit of heat on them. You know, as a passer, you have to hold your arms and your body a certain way to be able to control that and try to have what we call maybe a quiet platform, which means less movement so that the ball doesn't bounce off you and go somewhere else because that ain't where you're intending for it to go.
This is exactly why we brought you on board, but it's way over my head what you're talking about, and I love it.
I understand that.
But we're so grateful to have Coach Misty Riddle with us tonight. We hope to have another special guest with us tomorrow night. Again, we'll know more about that in the future, I think. But again, Thomas, how blessed are we tonight to have this?
I'm telling
have this expertise.
We're blessed. I'm telling you, she really knows the game, obviously. And it's bringing a different aspect to it. And I love the coaching perspective. You know, what they're talking about in the huddle. You know, we can predict and guess, but we've not been there.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Timeouts can be essential, that's for sure. There's Bella Belcher with that hard serve again. And Pikeville chose to take that with her hands. She might would have had better luck with her platform, but I'm sure she'll fix it this time because I bet that's what her coach just told her too. Sometimes serves are hard to take with your hands. Very dangerous.
Absolutely. Well, can cause issues with your thumbs.
Yes,
And
stub those fingers,
Yes.
break them even. They're hard to take, especially if you're not in the right angle or the ball's coming at you in a different height too.
so
you know.
Pikeville was able to break serve right there. And we're ready for
We got a pass, and let's see if Jasmine is going to swing. She got a good snap on that ball, and in that back corner it went. I think there was a communication error maybe on Pikeville's side.
And I don't know if they can hear it, Thomas, right now in this gym, but it's getting a little loud.
It's getting a lot loud.
That's another
Every
thing
point.
about volleyball is because of the close proximity. A lot of times, you get a rowdy crowd, it can really affect the game.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you know, my team prefers to play with the crowd. It gives you energy. Like I say, we had a great pep section. Our student section at Show Valley High School really showed up. Millard has always had a great following. Pikeville's always had a great following. Some of my best middle school games was championship games against Pikeville.
Right.
I mean, it was huge, and what a great experience that is for these kids, you know?
For sure. And so, again, Pikeville, I would say danger zone right now. 6 points is getting close to being out of contact with the game. So, again, Lexi Wells back up to serve, and she's starting to see a little bit of a breakthrough right here. Let's see if we can't get a run right here for Miss Wells.
Lexi's very powerful there. You see how she gets to hold that ball. She's long and tall. Her arms are long, so when she reaches up, she gets on top of that ball. And that creates that downward angle coming across the net, which makes it hard for the Millard girls to receive the ball.
Listen, we got to be thinking,
There they are.
set 3. We got to be thinking player of the game.
Absolutely.
Got to keep that in mind right here, Coach.
So we
that
just
one's
saw
going to be a tough one.
we just saw a 3-point swing right there from a really good server from Pikeville right there. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more volleyball action. You're watching APSN and WPRG. Welcome back to Elkhorn City, where we are in a barn burner. 12-9 is your score right now between the Pikeville Lady Panthers and the Millard Mustangs.
Lexi Wells with another great serve. This time Millard does receive it, and they pass it over the net.
Mila LaQuire with the reception right there.
And another great tip. We have set the ball, and we get a swing. And there
Caroline
comes another
Salyers
swing.
right there with a good swing.
Here comes Allie Sparks, and she does a great swing. We had a touch. That might have been one of the first real good blocks that we've seen there. Pikeville had a block touch there.
Yep, I believe that was Emily Gollahue with the block.
That's great. Unfortunately, the hit did have a lot of power, so it went off her hands, but, I mean, props to her for getting up there. Millard with the serve. Here they're going to take their, nope, they did a tip there, which is very tricky. It's been working for them. Lexi with that receive in the backcourt.
Paris Damerman to Caroline Salyers. And again, a little too much right there, so Pikeville will regain serve. And so 13-10. Talk a little bit about what your coaches are saying to you right here, if you were going to guess.
If I was going to guess, you have Millard saying stay focused, stay calm, and play your game. You have Pikeville that's over here. I mean, watch her coach. She's intense, and she is screaming every play. She wants those girls to feel her energy and to keep it going, and they're doing just that. I mean, that was another great attempt at a swing. Had a lot of power to it.
And so
she does such a great job because she supports us because with track and field and indoor track, all that stuff. She sends us so much information. Coach Compton does. We really appreciate it. And that's what parents don't understand. They say, well, why does this team get more coverage? Why does this team? There's somebody that's feeding us information. We can't be everywhere, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I think as a coach and as a parent, one of my things that I try to keep you all informed because, honestly, my parents are at home, and as grandparents, they loved watching my daughter play, and they couldn't have done that without you all showing up and filming those games and putting it out there. So, I mean, I can't appreciate it enough. But you do have some coaches and some parents who get you all that information. You can't be responsible for all the schools out in Pike County or at the independent schools so definitely get you the information, right?
Exactly. We got a lot of comments. H.M. Deerhart. Heather says, agree, great games between Millard and Pikeville. Let's go, Hannah Blevins. So a lot of great comments out there. 112 people watching as it's getting down to crunch time right here.
Here's a back row attack from Pikeville. Oh, I thought that was going to be an awesome swing, and it was an awesome swing. It just didn't quite make it over, but I bet she'll hammer it home. I've seen Lexi Wells use that back row attack.
Yeah, and so
let's take a quick commercial break. Brian, if you'll get us at commercial.
Yeah, we'll be right back. You are watching APSN Sports and WPRG.
Ready to take your ride to the next level? Trust the pros at J.I. Fab in Pikeville for custom ATV and UTV protection products built tough for the trail. From roll cages and rock sliders to bumpers that can take a beating, J.I. Fab builds it strong and built it right. Locally owned, professionally crafted. Call 639-2029 or visit ji-fab.com to get your ride trail ready.
Welcome back to Elkhorn City. Millard Mustangs serving, leading 17-10 as Pikeville receives the serve. Caroline Varney with the spike. Over to Caroline Salyers with the spike, and she gets the point for the Panthers. At this time, we've got Pikeville down 6 points, but 6 points can evaporate in a hurry. We know that, don't we, Thomas?
Yes, it don't take long. Pikeville's going to try to come on a little run right here. They need to come.
And right as we say that, again, you see the inconsistency in middle school volleyball. And again, it's just big moments, Thomas.
A lot of pressure on these youngsters.
Danica Martin with the swing for Pikeville.
Oh, great back row hit right there.
It was a great swing, and as you see, Millard player Allie Sparks tried to take it in a pass, nailed her in the chest, but she's laughing it off and she's back up on her feet. So
good to see these players having a good time. And again, big moments, but again, a lot of fun.
Yes, for sure. That was a great serve right there, seen by Pikeville. Jasmine Coleman with a great swing, and down it went.
And we're down to the last 2 points right here, Missy. Again, talk a little bit about what it feels like in those moments when you got 2 points and you're the server. What does that feel like?
That is actually a lot more pressure than you believe.
I believe it.
Even though there's only 2 points. Again, volleyball is point for point, and it can turn at any second. I've seen some people come back from scores like this. I think actually our first round game of the state, we might have been down somewhat like this and battled back. So, I mean, it can happen. So, don't count Pikeville out yet. Back row attack by Allie Sparks. Oh, and a communication issue there. But again, it is 20-12, but I don't count Pikeville out yet. They got some fight left in them. We have Hannah Perkins with the serve. It's up. It's in. Lexi Wells takes the pass. She's going to set the ball and a roll ball. Allie Sparks, Bella Belcher. Here we go. Lexi Wells is going to push it. This is intense play. Look at her there. She wasn't giving up on that ball. Pikeville passing it on over. What a great volley.
Back row. And Allie Sparks with the kill to win the semifinal. So, again, Thomas, what a great semifinal right there. And so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with our player of the game. And so at this time, you're watching APSN Sports and WPRG.
In life's hardest moments, you deserve comfort and care. At Hall and Jones Funeral Home, we guide you with compassion, honoring your loved one with dignity and respect. From traditional services to meaningful celebrations, we're here for you every step of the way. Hall and Jones Funeral Home, where every goodbye is filled with love.
Back pain, stiff neck, or everyday aches that keep you from living the life you love. At Hall Chiropractic, we provide gentle, personalized care to help you move better, feel better, and live better. Whether it's pain relief, better mobility, or overall wellness, our team is here for you. Don't wait. Call Hall Chiropractic today and get back to what matters most. Hall Chiropractic. Your health, your life, aligned.
At Valley Discount Pharmacy, we're more than just prescriptions. We're your neighbors. Whether you need affordable medications, expert advice, or just a friendly face, we're here for you every step of the way. Fast service, trusted care, and prices that won't break the bank. Valley Discount Pharmacy, local, reliable, affordable.
I'm Cliff Smallwood, and I'm running for magistrate, Pike County District 3. Some of you may know me from my 19 years driving a school bus. I may have hauled you or your children on my bus. You may have even seen me in the stand supporting the kids for many years. I'd be honored to have your vote and your support.
Ready to start a real career? At the Carl D. Perkins Job Corps Center, we're training tomorrow's workforce tuition-free. Get paid while you learn and earn industry-recognized certifications. Live on campus, meet new people, and prepare for the career you've been waiting for. If you're 16 to 24 and ready for the opportunity, this is your moment. Carl D. Perkins Job Corps Center. Start training. Start earning. Start your future today.
In Eastern Kentucky, your smile deserves complete care. At Elkhorn Dental, Dr. James Justice and his team provide complete family and cosmetic dentistry all under one roof. From braces and clear aligners to implants, crowns, and bridges, we help you smile with confidence. Need dentures or a snap-on smile? Our experienced hygienists and caring staff are here for you. Elkhorn Dental. Complete care. Beautiful smiles.
All right, we are here with our player of the game. This was an intense game for me to be up here, actually. We had Pikeville and Millard, and then you all came out on top. So you were named as a player of the game. How's that feel?
Amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so talk to us a little bit about how intense it was to be on the floor, especially going into that third match.
It was very intense, but I think that we held ourselves together really good. We just had to communicate, and we just knew that we was going to be on top.
You knew that you were going to take this one, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome to see. It's really awesome to be standing beside you, considering I might have watched you grow up just a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little.
We talked about how effective that back row attack was. Do you feel like that was something that pushed you all over the top?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And you were nailing it back toward the end. So props to you for that. How was the conversation going in that huddle when you all, were caught up in the timeout? Obviously, Pikeville was taking the timeout, try to break the momentum to get things going back in their favor. What was your coach saying?
She was basically just saying that we have to stay hot the whole time and mostly communicate, and
Yeah, so communication definitely plays a factor in a volleyball game, right? Yeah, and so, going forward into your next game, we don't know who's going to win it yet, but what do you think you can take from this game and apply it to the next game?
Energy is always the best thing to have when you're in an intense match.
Yes, energy for sure. Communication, you said that a minute ago. Things that me and Allie have talked about before is, Allie, believe it or not, she's talking a lot right now and doing a great job at it, but she might be a quiet player sometimes. Would that be fair to say, Allie?
What?
That you're quiet on the floor.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
How did you take, that knowledge about yourself as a player and your team and apply it to this game?
I just knew that if we didn't communicate, obviously, then it wasn't going to go in our favor. And I think that we communicated more because we were so hype about the game.
Yes. So, and you wanted to take that one for sure, right?
Yes.
And you did. So, congratulations. You are now in the championship game.
Yes.
And congratulations on being the player of the game. I think they've laid you a lovely little sticker here to place on this board. So, it is up to you, my friend, to put Millard in that championship game. Oh, how good does that feel?
Very good.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
All right, we're moving on to the next round, the championship game. Of course, you're going to stick around and watch, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, all right. All right, everybody, we're going to end this stream. We'll be right back here in just a second. Don't you go anywhere. We've got another great semifinal matchup between Elkhorn City and Mullins. So watch for the stream to pop up. You're watching the Appalachian Prep Sports Network and WPRG TV5.